Hello everyone, welcome to the Friday review, and today I'm going to do my review on the Logitech Create iPad Pro 12.9 inch keyboard case. I was able to pick this up at my workplace actually for a fairly cheap price, so I decided why not pick this up because I wanted to try out Apple's smart connector technology, because this keyboard is actually one of like the three mass-produced smart connector keyboards for the iPad Pro. So I decided, why not give it a try and see how well it works. And well, as of right now, this is my favorite accessory for the iPad Pro. It was a great investment for me, and it'd probably be a great investment for you if you plan on typing a lot with your iPad Pro, like I do. So yeah, let's get started with the review. So overall, this is what the case looks like. You can get this case in different colors. I got the black one just because it's the only thing I could get for the little bit cheap price. This is actually the back of the iPad Pro. So you got your camera cut out here, which not real sure why this case has a camera cutout, because it actually makes your iPad pretty heavy. So that is one thing that you got to keep in mind with this keyboard case, is it does make your iPad a little bit heavy. And so that's one down point to this case. It makes it really, really heavy. The case actually has all the cutouts for your the 4 speakers on the iPad. You got the 2 up here. Your power button, and on the side we got your volume buttons and mic cutout. So that's nice, and you have your cutout and open spaces for your charging port. So that's really nice that all those cutouts are there. If you flip the case over, it's just plain flat case. I actually have been using this for several months, so it does have some scuffs and some stains on it already. So that is one thing that this case will pick up, is scuffs and stains if it's traveled. My iPad Pro normally stays on my desk. I don't usually travel with it or anything. And if I do travel with it, I keep it in this case. So that is another thing why it gets scuffed up, because this is I actually got rid of my MacBook because I started doing everything on my iPad Pro. Because mostly on my MacBook I would send email, type papers, type reviews. That's all I really did. And well, after I got the iPad Pro, I just kind of started getting more and more use out of the iPad than my MacBook. So I actually did end up selling my MacBook. So that is one thing. This has actually worked for me to replace my laptop. So the stories about can it replace your laptop or if it can't, it just kind of depends on what you actually do with your iPad or what you actually do with your computer. For like my MacBook, I always type papers on it, like I said, and type reviews, sent emails, browsed the web. My iPad replaced that. So it worked for me. It might work for you if you can get used to it. And this case really did actually help a lot with that. So that is really nice. So if you open up the keyboard, as you can see, this does have Apple's smart magnets in it where it will wake the screen up. So that is really nice that they included that in this. This is the keyboard. This keyboard feels more like a laptop keyboard. So I like laptop keyboards. Always have, so they don't really bother me. I know some people don't like them, but I like the feel of them, and I can type fast on them. I can actually type pretty fast on this keyboard. You got the case comes with your function keys for all the different things. Your home button, the brightness, spotlight search, open Safari, and multimedia controls, and a lock button. And these two buttons, this keyboard actually has a backlight, so that's really nice. You can adjust the brightness with this, with these two keys here. And then down here we actually have a button that automatically brings up the touch keyboard. This button actually does come in handy because sometimes with the smart connector, it doesn't register the, sometimes it doesn't register the typing, or the typing format of like the box. Like the other day I noticed I was typing in a box that only was supposed to have numbers in it, and well, it allowed me to type letters and everything in it. But then when I noticed it didn't format it correctly, and I noticed when I switched to the regular touch keyboard, it would only allow me to put numbers in it. So the smart connector has something to do with that. For some reason it doesn't register formats properly, but I've only noticed that on a few websites that's happened, so that's not that big of a deal. The one thing I wish this keyboard had this case is being able to angle the keyboard a little bit. The keyboard is kind of sits, you have your wrist here, and then the keyboard like pushed down in. So sometimes you do got to get used to typing on it, because it does take some time to start to learn the keyboard and start typing on it, because I know I had a hard time trying to type on it when I first got it. But after using it a couple of times, I started getting used to it and started enjoying it. So once you connect the iPad to the keyboard like this with the case, the backlight comes on, and you can adjust the backlight if you want. Have it on brightness, low, or completely off. It's up to you. And so primarily this is how I use my iPad all the time now, is just like this. Typically if I'm watching some video or something, they have the ability where you can actually disconnect the smart connector and have it like this, so it's kind of angled a little bit. So this would also work great with like the iPad, not the iPad pencil, the Apple Pencil. So you could use the Apple Pencil with this. But this is one thing that's missing from this keyboard, is a place to put the Apple Pencil. Not sure why they didn't include like a little loop on the side or something. So that is kind of interesting. But that's one thing. If you use both the if you use the Apple Pencil, then this is one thing you have to have some extra pouch, or something. So that is kind of a little bit bummer about this case. The only major complaint I have about this case is trying to put in the iPad or remove the iPad once it's in the case. Usually you have to kind of like snap the iPad in, like put one side in and kind of bend this side a little bit to put it in, because sliding it back and forth does not work for some reason. I don't know why Logitech did that, but it just does not work, and that kind of bugs me, because sometimes I do get tired using the case and just want to hold the iPad in my hand and use it for some things, but it's so difficult to get it in and out of the case that I just kind of stopped doing it, because it's just a hassle. But once your iPad is in this case securely, it's not going to come out of the case. So that is one nice thing about this case, is your iPad is securely in here. So overall, this is a great keyboard. If you're primarily going to be typing on your iPad, then this is one of the cases to consider that uses a smart connector technology. I've used the Apple one. It's not that great. It does get the job done, but it's not really that great. So that's something that's kind of iffy. And usually I do like Apple products, but the smart keyboard case was just kind of, I just could not type on it. It was weird. And then there's the Logitech one. I think Logitech has actually made another version that actually has a loop for the Apple Pencil. And then I believe Belkin makes one that uses a smart connector. But I think those are the only three companies that make keyboards that are that use a smart connector. So if you want to take the advantage of the smart connector, then this is definitely one of the best cases to get for the iPad Pro or keyboard case. So yeah, overall, this is a really great investment for me. I think you'd like it too if you decided you needed a keyboard. Right now, this keyboard case is retailing for $145 on Amazon. I will leave a link down below where you can pick this up. That's a pretty nice price. The Apple one's a little bit more pricier, but you can type so much better on this one than the Apple one. So I'd really recommend picking this one up over the Apple one. So yeah, hope you liked this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.